hello, you did that backwards this time, and I had to like.
I'm not used to that.
Yeah, I just process what was happening.
Maybe we're all doing it backwards, so Teslan is actually doing it correctly.
Maybe, yeah.
Or I just wanted to keep Katie on her toes, so she's ready for that improv.
Right.
God
Yeah.
damn.
I'm just being a good catch, mate.
Throw all the curveballs.
I appreciate your help. I do.
And I did it without.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that was a joke. I can let that go though.
Okay. Welcome to another session of Call of Cthulhu. I'm Elizabeth. I will be running this game for you guys. Tonight we're going to try to get through intros and recap and everything a little quicker so we can jump into role playing. So tonight when we go through intros, your name, where we can find you, your character's name, and then tell us one thing that happened last session. And it can be something that happened to you. It can just be something in general. Somebody else can add on to that. It doesn't really matter. Just something that happened last session that you remember. And where are my cameras? Joe, we'll start with you.
Hi, my name is Joe, also known as Clockwork Tuba. This is the only thing I'm on with Shadows of Nox, but you can find me on my own channel, Clockwork Tuba, for Twitch and YouTube, where we do TTRPGs, including an upcoming one that should be airing this Tuesday with some familiar faces. That's all I'll say for now. Moving on, I'm playing Barrett Fredericks, the 8-foot-tall monster of a man, who seems to be the only sane one that's trying to actually solve things and not bicker down into infighting or, say, running off on their own. The one thing I remember is after we delivered the car back to Ollie and had a conversation with him, we then went our separate ways, in which Charlie and Professor Gewitt immediately took that opportunity to go rogue and leave the rest of the party.
I don't know what you're talking
Drop
about.
of a hat.
I've never done that ever.
All right, and Lottie?
Hi, I'm Lottie West. You can find me at Lottie West on all major platforms. Something that happened last game is I sniffed some stuff and saw some stuff.
That could go in so many directions.
Cool.
That is
It's like
very descriptive.
That is one thing that happened, technically.
Yeah.
That is very descriptive.
I was keeping it brief and keeping it succenct.
Which of your
That's where you're
characters
playing.
sniffed the stuff, though? Yeah.
Oh, my character, Dr. Priscilla Byrne, the Melburnian archaeologist, sniffed some stuff with
It's just getting so much better.
This is going really well.
I know, I'm so good at descriptions today, you guys. I'm going to blame it on daylight savings.
Yeah.
And, it was a party we sniffed. It wasn't really a party. And by a
We
party,
hooked a lamp, okay? To be
We
clear to
wanted
everybody.
a lamp?
We huffed a lamp.
Huffed
Not what I
this
heard
stuff,
at all.
yeah. Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. That's not what I heard.
Good night, everybody.
Yep.
We'll see you next week.
Wow.
On that note, Katie. Oh, I'm sorry.
Down Under is out for the night.
Oh my god. Hi guys, I'm Katie, Dungeon Mistress Katie on all the platforms. Oh god. So I am here on Wednesday, every other Wednesday, as the Yellow Ranger Leah Mackenzie, and I am on D in Denial. I just saw Jess in the chat, Icing Stars, which is she's part of that whole thing too, on Tuesdays and Saturdays. And I think those are my only games. I don't know. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, and if I'm not here, I'm probably singing opera or doing burlesque or whatever. And the only thing I remember about last week is getting naked in Harold's car. That's all I got. That's what I have. Yeah.
Oh my. Oh my.
On the spot for everybody to go out and say something they remembered. I did not ever think that it was going to be like
People are going rogue,
and I got naked.
random things, get naked in each other's.
I mean, she immediately got into other clothing, but like she did, at least for a few seconds, she had no clothes on. Like that's how that works. You know, get out of one outfit into another outfit. I didn't say he got naked with me. I just said Charlie got naked in Harold's car. That's all. You guys filled in the blanks, not me.
It was
Not
your
my
own.
fault.
It was your own minds that filled in the dirty stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Kind of like how I
So
said we
sweet.
huffed a lamp and you assumed it was a different word.
I heard fucked, you know? It's fine.
Well, that's not, I heard something else, but now I can totally hear that. So yeah.
Hey, what we do with the lamp
You're welcome.
stays in the museum, all right?
Are you like
What
at
museum?
his house or something?
Exactly,
Is
it's
it at
gone now.
Dean's Museum? Because that's a very different situation with
No,
lamps.
we did it in a museum.
But
I'm
I
gonna
think
go with
his
that.
house is a museum now too.
Mm.
Anyway, huh? Wait, Ed Gein, the serial killer who like turned his people into lamps and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who. Never
Yeah.
Continue. I'm sorry. This went off on a big old.
There we
John.
Yeah, stay on target.
Really well.
All right.
How am I the sane one right now?
I have
That
no
should
idea.
concern everyone greatly when
I feel
the
like
sane
so
one
far
there.
all of us are wondering why we're the sane one,
Yeah.
which
I mean,
just means we're
sanity
all
is just
insane.
relative.
Anyways, I'm John McDonald. If you recognize my voice, it's because I play Zordon on every other Wednesday. So this upcoming Wednesday is a Power Ranger podcast day in which I play Zordon, and we're back in Angel Grove, and there's a wonderful PSA about supporting your public library and why you should. So please tune in for the library-themed episode this upcoming Wednesday. There are no shadows that will eat your face off in the library. I definitely promise that. And here on Sunday nights, I am here in Call of Cthulhu. I play Abernath Quinn. My last name is Quinn. And I remember committing murder, but it was justified murder, and arson, but it was justified arson. So
Oh, I did stab
I
somebody,
did
didn't
both
I?
things, but yeah, but both were justified. So there you go.
So far.
You did stab somebody, but apparently getting naked in Harold's car was more memorable than stabbing
Yep.
someone.
And I
Yep.
didn't
He got
have.
naked in Harold's car, then stabbed somebody, but they were
I-
unrelated.
To be fair, I didn't
Mhm.
I didn't remember getting naked in Harold's car until someone said we went off road together. I'm like, oh right, because I got naked in his car. It's not my fault. I wouldn't
Don't
remember
put this
shit.
back on me.
It's not my fault. It's other people's fault. I will gaslight the fuck out of you. It's fine.
Oh,
Also,
sure.
you can find me on Everything is Gay and the Straight Stuff, which is a podcast that I have. We had a new episode come out this week about one of my favorite sitcoms of all time. And if you need a podcast for all of your podcasting needs, it's a great podcast to find. But come join us in the Shadows of Docs, whether you like non sequiturs or you like spooky, you like space. We've got a whole bunch of stuff coming down the pipe. And we're going to have a great time tonight getting Cthulhu'd, and I'm probably not going to be murdered.
Right.
We'll see how that
Sure.
goes. We'll
It's
see
never
how
a good
that
way to
goes.
start the day.
And if I do, Abernath Quinn, Abernath's brother, is waiting away.
Oh,
We call him
Their
Babs.
parents
I've got
are very
26
creative.
Babs,
letters, so I got 26.
I feel like Abernath is a woman,
Miss
so we call
Babs.
her Babs.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
reason I have another
25
five bullets in this
relatives,
gun.
'cause there's 26 letters. I'll get into the Cerulean
It's not the
alphabet if I
legacy
have to.
Wow.
Doing
Yeah.
so well tonight. I love how we're like, we're gonna do
Yeah.
this fast. It's so much worse.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's not. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm gonna rethink this. It'll be fine. Andrew.
Yeah, hi. Right. My name's Andrew Bryant, also Roadkill among various gaming circles. Right now, I'm mainly in, this and Dresden on Mondays. But as far as last game, I remember, of course, yes, huffing a lamp and seeing some shit. But other than that, I also remember inadvertently saving the lives of two of the party by calling ahead and making sure they didn't get shot when they went in the back door. And I charged into combat with nothing but a camera and a med kit.
and you're
She did.
playing?
Yeah, and
Oh,
your
yes,
character?
I am playing
Not either.
Michael Dotson, master's degree college student or graduate student that knows a bit more about the occult than he probably should.
All right. And Teslan.
Hi, I'm Teslan Kierinhawk or Tom Augustine. In addition to this stream, you can see me for the next 3 weeks on Paranormal Albany on Monday nights on the Master of Rems channel. After that, we're moving in April, we are moving our Monday night stream to Shadows of Nox. We're going to do a space-based game at the beginning, and then after that we'll be going back to another season of Paranormal Albany, where the shadows in the library can steal your breath. I am playing Dr. Harold Gewitt, who knows as much as he dares about the occult, just enough to make sure that other people don't learn about the occult. Last week we did strategically reconnoiter our destination so that I could spring into action and disable the vehicle, thus hobbling the people as they ran away from us. With two careful close shots. History. It is entirely factual.
You know.
And then we have our special guest NPC back with us for a little while tonight. So Grim, it's your turn.
Hi, I'm Grimnack. You can pretty much catch me here for the time being on Wednesdays, where every other week you can catch me playing Link the Red Ranger alongside Katie's Yellow Ranger and Isabeth's Blue Ranger. On the opposite weeks, I'm playing the Green Ranger, who is apparently stuck in time.
We are not there yet, but if they're curious about why you might be on the podcast, they can always watch the Power Ranger one-shots.
It's true.
Spoilers.
One-shots are so fun.
They are fun.
They were really fun.
I've hopefully we'll be starting up a project soon on Shadows of Nox. More information coming once I actually get my work schedule worked out. And hopefully people will be able to enjoy a system I don't think too many people are familiar with.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, and if we can actually get schedules to line back up, hopefully my Fallout game will be starting soon. Again, where I play Lucky, the luckiest man in the wasteland.
Oh. And who are you playing tonight? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
All right. Tonight I am playing Theo Parks, the PI who has seen too much. And I held people up at gunpoint last time. It was fun.
You did indeed.
And for those of you playing along at home, if you guys are not scared away by the shenanigans you just witnessed of us trying to introduce ourselves, the Discord link should be repeatedly pasted into the chat. Join us, please.
So
will melt your brain.
Last time, I'm trying to fill in blanks. I'm trying to remember what you guys did. Yes, you all decided to head to Theo's flat above his PI office, where you did get some information from him. It was interrupted, though, by some cultists that showed up who were being very chill. And you all decided to attack them. Yeah.
But then they kept on being chill after they got stabbed. And so
weirdly chill after. She's like, come on.
I would like to point out, I did no stabbing.
This is true. You did not. You did do smothering and arson, though, earlier in the session.
That was not during combat.
Yeah, that wasn't even a cultist. That's why we don't trust you.
Okay.
Anyway,
you don't know.
Hold on. No. I'm talking over everyone. We're getting back on track. We are starting this game before 9:30.
Okay, Dad.
Don't make me turn this stream around.
You do have one cultist that was knocked out, and he was starting to come to when we ended.
I was yelling at Barrett to hit him again.
Yes.
Yeah. Please.
Hit the off button again.
For doing the recap for me, you guys each get a free reroll tonight at some point. Whenever you want to use it, you can use it. However, you have to take the new roll. Whether it's good or bad.
She's punishing us.
I am punishing.
Yes.
Content warnings, as always: blood and gore, human sacrifice, voices in your head, visions, telepathically projected. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Do you normally hear voices in your head? Because maybe.
Don't answer that on stream, dude. That's how they get you.
Right.
Murder, occult practices, amnesia, being eaten alive, and for tonight, there may or may not be drowning.
Maybe some just friendly drowning.
We'll see how it goes.
Some light drowning.
I'm getting a leash for Charlie first thing.
You're not allowed to get me a leash right after I called you dad. Like, those are not things that are allowed to happen in the same theater.
That's an odd
no. So moving on from that.
As the cultist as the perfectly normal person with the glowing hands is starting to wake up next to me, and Michael, right, calls out to me. Barrett will immediately reach down, clamp his hand over the mouth of Ed, lift him bodily off the ground, and just whisper in his face, "If you so much as glow again, I will break every bone in your hand until you can no longer use them for the rest of your life. Blink twice if you acknowledge this."
He blinks twice.
All right, everyone back upstairs. Theo, you're gonna have to leave soon. Someone just fired off 2 shots in your neighborhood.
I mean, the police they're not gonna come here. It's fine.
So are you guys looking to question this person, or what are you looking to do?
I am looking to restrain first, question secondary. So if Theo is amenable, does Theo have rope? I will ask.
Bullwhip.
You have a bullwhip.
I pull out
that real quick.
I hand you a coil of paracord.
Okay. Into one of Theo's chairs. I'm a sailor. Sailors tie knots. If you want to make me roll, I will. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I hog tie essentially this person to the chair. I keep them, I gag them, but leave enough slack so the gag can be removed and they can speak if need be.
Okay.
And before I ungag them, I look up to everyone and says, "Does everyone know what questions we're going to be asking? We're not going to bombard this person with 7 million questions and get absolute nonsense back."
They followed you here. How did they know you'd be here?
That's one of the important questions. Yes, Theo. And I think I'll ungag. I said we're going to start with that. What is your name? How did you find us?
He kind of cocks his head to the side and looks up like he's almost like he's listening to someone or something. And then he starts to talk. And he says, "Yes. Yes."
I'd like to punch him lightly, but punch him.
Okay. You don't throw for that. You punch him. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And just be like, no. You answer me, not that.
You punch him lightly?
Yeah, I don't want to kill him.
That's a statement.
It's
non-critical. It's
Before we get to your question, John, he is going to look at each of you, and his eyes linger on Abernath for just a second longer than any of you. And he says, "He is." And he just continues like you didn't punch him. And then
immediately spin him around to the corner, kick the I want to basically kick the chair to slam him against the wall and say, "We're leaving now."
Okay. He says, "Thank you." And then his entire body glows for just a second, and then he starts choking.
Yep.
And as he chokes and he starts like coughing and he's struggling for air, he suddenly stops and he lays there still and quiet. Abernath, what was your question? I'm sorry.
I was going to do an occult roll to see who he was talking to, but I don't need to now. So
You still can if you want.
Oh, should I? Or it seems fairly evident that I got the answer to the question that I had.
I mean, it's up to you. If you want to go ahead and roll, you can.
I'm good. I feel pretty good about things right now.
I would do an occult roll to get a feel for what just happened and if there's any known groups that do that particular.
I completely thought we weren't here. You and I. Like, I thought we were elsewhere.
No, we got here.
No, yeah.
Maybe I thought we just hadn't gotten there yet.
Remember
Don't
you
ask
stabbed
me
the
questions.
woman?
I remember stabbing. I just thought, honestly, my brain thought that was before we got in the car to get naked and go.
Always remember the stabbing.
You gotta
apparently all Katie's brain remembers
listen,
is she got naked. That's
listen,
it.
I am a single person, and that's important to me. Okay. The point is, I mixed up my chain of events, and I thought we weren't here yet, so I wasn't paying that much attention. Because I'm terrible.
Yes, you were here. You were talking to Theo when you got interrupted. You did the fight.
In
you.
fact,
And now there's
as a reminder for Katie and Charlie and the players along at home, before heading downstairs, Barrett did pass you the notebook saying
You're
that
right.
Theo
You're
had spoken to you.
I remember that now. Thank
that
you.
was marked as complete.
I need to take notes.
Yeah, and I do want to remind everybody that two of them got away and are likely.
Yeah, I remember that. Because the one I stabbed was like, that's cute.
Or something worse.
They're not getting away fast, but yes, they are.
They did get there. I remember their tires getting blown out.
Right.
It was
Yeah,
very
true.
cool when I used my whip to grab the gun. I just
You
wanted
did.
to-
That was very good. Oh,
That was
shit,
very
I have
It was
an
very
accent.
cool.
I'll try to remember to have an accent today. We'll try to remember.
I was also watching a lot of RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under, so that'll help.
That'll do it. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Continue.
no, you're fine. So now you have this person hogtied to a chair, not breathing, not responding.
Can I punch him in the chest to see if it helps him breathe a little bit?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, I'm little, so I'm probably not going to do a lot of damage. As I roll really high or some shit. I don't know. We'll see.
Ye old CPR.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, she never learned
deep
CPR.
is your love.
I will just roll and then compare once it comes up.
Please don't use how deep is your love for CPR. That beat per minute for that song is not fast enough.
Why is my shit not working? Fuck you.
By the way, while the punching is happening and the coughing, after I've heard the thing that I heard, I'm just going to go towards the kitchen and do the most British thing that there is and make tea.
I'm
These
going to
already
say
been
I
made.
probably failed, even though I can't make it work.
What are you trying to make work?
I'm trying. So for whatever reason, my the server's not coming up for me.
Roll
so
20.
I can't.
Your brawl is 25.
Oh, you know what? Because I have Call of Cthulhu listed as a server on the whatever
Right.
we were using, the VTT we were using. So I was clicking on that. That's why. Thank you. I appreciate you helping. Because I was just clicking it over and over again and doing no good at all. That's what happens when your browser decides to give you to do the thing down the thing where it says the different things you can click. You can do it all the time. Your shortcuts. And that's one of them because it decided that was an important thing to do and that catches your attention. Anyway, Christ on the cracker. I did roll a 54, so I'm gonna say it's whatever it is because I'm not very strong. It's probably didn't work.
It did not work. Your brawl is
great.
25, so
Yeah, I figured it's not gonna be good.
he is dead. Just so you know, he is not breathing. Anybody who wants to do a roll to do the occult roll, if anybody wants to search him, you may. Abernath is making tea because apparently this did not affect him at all. Theo, there is a dead guy in your house now, so there's that.
Can I check him out? Can I do a little poke around, see if there's anything I can find on him?
Yeah.
Little poke
Are you like searching his pockets, or what are you?
Yeah, I want to search his pockets. I'm an archaeologist. This is basically just archaeology.
You're looting the body.
That's not what this is.
That's looting the body, babe.
Well, I mean, if you covered him in dirt, maybe
Archaeology.
it'd be
Sure, you're an archaeologist, because that does not sound like an archaeology.
That feels like the opposite of what Indiana Jones
It
would
sounds
do.
like you're mugging him.
No, it's what
Indiana
Indiana.
Jones wasn't much of an archaeologist, to be fair.
It's what Indiana Jones would have
WWIC.
done. He just hasn't been dead long enough for Indiana Jones to do it. The difference is 100 years and a grant.
Not 100 years. Indy would have been being Indy in 1950.
No, I mean, the person has to be dead for 100 years.
Oh, the person has to be dead.
And you have to have a grant.
God damn.
Okay.
What would you like to roll? What would you
Somebody
like
tell
to
me
roll
something.
for that?
Yeah. What's up, Theo?
I was trying to do that.
Why is this man in my living room suddenly dead?
Very good
Don't worry
question.
about it, love. We're figuring it out, darling.
There's a murder in my house. And while the police don't normally come here, it's murder. That's a
Do they
crime.
typically, like-
And they won't
No.
ignore that.
It's
Well,
not
if they
a
won't
huge
come
joke.
here, then they'll never know.
As far as
So,
we-
Theo, by the way, from the kitchen, you hear Abernath's voice. You're acting like this is the first time you've seen murder. Does anyone want tea?
Oh, great.
Unless
you have a green in there. But
Oh, kind and gracious GM.
what would this?
Quick
I don't
question.
know what I would be rolling for this.
I would say maybe a spot hidden, or probably a spot hidden.
It's not archaeology.
I'm gonna say no, just because he's a freshly dead body.
Extreme
good.
success. Wow.
Extreme success, though.
What was your
Searching that
question?
body thoroughly.
Well, I was gonna loot him.
Yeah.
Archaeology.
Somebody had a
then.
question though.
I had a question.
What's your question?
When he was looking around and spotting us, did his eyes linger or look at Theo at all? Or was it just the rest of us?
It was mostly he did kind of look in Theo's direction, but it was almost like he didn't see Theo. Theo was not important to him.
Understood.
So for anybody that is searching the body, I have things that's on the body. You find a Beretta 9mm with a full clip.
Nice.
You find a wallet, and it has $4 and an ID. You find a key, but it's not on a key ring, and it isn't. It doesn't look like a newer key. It actually, so like old, like really old manor houses or mansions, they would have like a skeleton key, like a really old antique key.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
All right.
And you see, and he has a ticket on him.
To what? To the wax museum?
No, it is a ticket for a passenger ship.
Oh, like a boarding pass.
Yeah, the boarding pass. Yeah.
Okay.
What's
I
the,
think ticket immediately makes me think of the museum. I'm like, we're all going back there again. Yeah.
No,
I mean, you
Can I
could
see
try.
that?
Please tell me we're going on the SS Anne.
Is the date on the boarding pass future or past?
Is it the Titanic?
No, it's not the Titanic.
No, that would be
It's
Not that far back.
So, especially Barrett, you would know this. The boarding pass is a little odd. So it lists the name of the passenger ship, the Marjorie Jane, and it lists the departure day and time. The departure day and time is Sunday, the 18th of October at 7 a.m. So that would be the next day. It would be Sunday, because you guys are still on Saturday. But it doesn't list a destination, and it doesn't list a return day or time.
Is it marked one
Yeah, I
way
think she
at
would
all?
have showed it to him right away because she's like, this bugger had a boat ticket of some sort on him.
So
And I
Charlie's
feel
gonna
like that's-
snag it from you. Yep. Put it in her notebook. I'll keep it safe. We'll be fine. I think it needs to be here.
I think Barrett was reaching towards it from Dr. Byrne.
Yep.
And then after it got yoinked, it, like, just pivots slowly to stare at Charlene, saying, "Does it say one way on it?"
It does not.
No. It's a two-way ticket. But I just okay. So what's his name?
Oh yeah, that's a
Oh.
good thing to look up.
Before I tell you that,
Because that's on the ID. More than not that
it is on the ID. Before I tell you that, the occult roll. What exactly were you looking for the occult roll?
Going through basically everything that happened as they started talking to someone else, and then how they acted, and eventually their death. It was just kind of a generic what does it mean?
Okay. Because he glowed for a second, obviously you know that he cast a spell on himself. It was some kind of death spell, essentially. Or whatever the spell was, he specifically cast it in such a way that it would kill him immediately or very quickly. You would know of books that would contain such spells, and you would more than likely know where to go to try to find the books. But as far as like what exactly the spell was, you don't know the name of it, because it doesn't really. There wasn't enough
Auditory components to it.
Yeah, there wasn't enough auditory components, and there wasn't enough. You weren't able to see enough of what was happening to him to know what exactly was going on. As far as the way he was talking, you know that someone or something was communicating with him telepathically, and you can infer that because the way he was looking at each of you and then said he is, you can infer that whoever is talking to this person telepathically can't actually see through his eyes. So while they can communicate, they can't actually like see through him. And you can't really tell what kind of questions he was asking. He was being asked. But you do know that he was at least not really able to give him a lot of information because he was just giving like 1 or 2 word answers.
Well, it was suicide. Somebody was talking to him. And
which is why we need to go.
One of us is important to him. I don't see us learning anything more here. Theo, did you want to come with us?
I don't know if that's a safe thing to do. I believe they were after you, not me.
Well, I don't think you're wrong.
That's a possibility. You're right.
Although, I may have something that could be helpful. Perhaps.
We'd be in your debt. What do you have?
First of all, you need to get rid of him when you leave.
We'll take him.
Yeah. Do you have a carpet or a rug that you don't care about? No.
Don't worry about it. We'll take him.
Yeah, I've got a
jacket. Car. We can always just dump him in the trunk.
I've got a jacket. A Barrett-sized jacket is enough to cover most people.
That will work. Okay.
ahead and put him in the fetal position and like make sure his limbs are like tucked in and stuff. And like, let's just do that first.
I feel like I will have to abandon my office, but
Not necessarily. He was a bad guy. We did you a
they've
favor.
been here. I believe I need to not be here
Yes.
because they may come after me.
That's probably for the
They
best.
work for the thing. I can guarantee it.
If
You saw him speaking to the air?
Well, he also could just be crazy.
I write I write a location on a piece of paper and hand it to Theo. If you want to get back in contact with us, drop a note at this location. I will
Oh,
regularly
I already know
check
how to
it.
get a hold of one of you. It's
I know.
perfectly fine. Okay. He's going to take it. Then you're going to see him like move into his bedroom, shuffle around for a little bit. There's a man you might want to talk to. He's special in many ways. He knows more than he should and doesn't remember what's true.
Is this going to be Grimnack as a different NPC?
Oh no, this is going to be somebody new as an NPC.
Oh, okay, of course.
It's going to be Grim in a hat.
Yeah, exactly.
Just put different hats on. And then at one point, a stack of hats. That'll be fun.
Yes. He will hand, like, he's got another notebook which looks identical to the one that he was using before. This one you can tell has like a date like written on the front. I, during my investigations, came across someone I will dubiously refer to as an expert on all things strange. But he may be able to help you find what you need. He starts writing something down on a piece of paper, tears off a piece of paper and holds it out for the group.
Barrett will reach for it, assuming the Chihuahua's going to grab it first.
I love it. I love that I knew it was me. Yeah, obviously I'm taking it. What's his name?
What's written on the piece of paper? It says Doctor with a question mark, Michael Stern. It has an address and then a phone number. So I met this man some time ago. You want to ask, and this is written on the piece of paper, to see his rarest collection.
Lord above, save me
He's
from
the
collectors.
owner of a bookstore. His name is Michael Stern. I simply took to calling him Dr. Stern. But he knows lots of things. He warned me I might have been stepping into something I wouldn't understand.
Is everybody in London so ominous all the time?
Yes.
Much.
It is London. Yeah.
Not all people. I've met.
Charlie.
I know
The-
so few.
Okay.
Sorry.
No,
What
you're
was the
fine, you're
name
fine.
on the ID? You got that?
So, the name on the ID. Have notes somewhere. Where did it go? Shane Mullen, 22 years old, lives in Greenwich, not too far from Ollie. Now, Theo, you recognize that name.
Do I?
Yes, as being one of the more recent ones that went missing.
Wait. His name was what again?
Shane Mullen?
He's one of the... he's
Of the
one of
past
missing.
year?
Shane or Sean?
Shane disappeared this year.
He was the fourth most recent one off of the list.
Okay.
Hmm. That would explain why they don't react to pain much, actually.
That may mean that he's still alive.
Shane?
His brother, Michael. Come on,
Oh,
buddy.
Right,
No.
right,
If
Theo?
this is Shane Mullen has
Theo?
obviously died in my
Right.
living room.
right. Yeah,
So-
Yeah.
Theo,
Rest
I
in
need a
peace,
full
that guy.
description of your brother, and I need you to get somewhere safe.
Right.
Theo, the more recent victims, the ones who have families, would you have gone to question the families or no?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now that you know that this is Shane Mullen, something that happened makes a little more sense now. All of the families that you talked to were obviously very confused, very worried, grieving, they want to know what happened to their loved one. Except Constance Mullen. But you just kind of at the time chalked it up to people grieve differently. People handle this type of thing differently. When you talked to her, you remember she wasn't distraught like the other families, and she kept telling you, it's okay. There's no sense in worrying. He's an adult. He's right where he needs to be, is what she would tell you about him. And now that you know that obviously he's part of this cult, that kind of strikes you as strange that she would have said that. Charlie.
Yes.
Oh, and Abernath, actually. Abernath, now that you're hearing all of this, you kind of recognize this kid from one of the tours. You don't know what happened to him. You just recognize the face. It's familiar to you. Charlie, a couple things. As you snatch that note from Theo and you're looking at it, it jogs a memory. You've seen this handwriting before.
Okay.
You received an anonymous letter months ago, a handwritten anonymous letter, and that is why you started looking into these disappearances. And this handwriting reminds you of that letter, and it jogs your memory, and you suddenly start to remember. You don't really remember everything, but you remember getting a letter, you remember looking into it, realizing that it was weird, and you kind of vaguely remember Harold.
Can I clarify something real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
So the last name is Mullen with no S on the end, right?
Correct.
Okay. No, I wanted to clarify because this would have been there's a connection between the McGowan family and the Mullins family, and I wanted to make sure there wasn't like a connection in that case. Like in real life, in the real world, there was a connection between the two. I was like,
oh no, this is just coincidence. There's no S on the end of Mullen.
Okay, all right, just making sure. Okay, so I mean, for all I know, it could have been actually that in they added an S. I don't know. So okay. So guys, I've seen this handwriting before. That's an interesting. I received this letter. I can't talk in an accent today. I'm just not going to do it today. It's not a thing. So yeah, I'm just abandoning all hope today. Yeah. Anyway, so so guys, I got a letter from this guy. From someone. It was anonymous, so technically I can't be sure that it was him, but this handwriting is the same. I'm assuming I would have probably kept the letter in my notebook.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Yes. That's my name. You've said it twice now.
The handwriting is Theo's.
What?
Theo wrote
No,
that.
it's not.
Theo literally just wrote that and handed it to you.
Yeah.
Charlie, are you doing okay?
You have one of his notebooks in your hand. You can compare from 3 different sources the handwriting.
Theo?
You have the piece of paper with the address, the doctor's name.
You
have his notebook, and then you have the letter.
Charlie,
all 3 of them have the same handwriting.
Clearly I've
And
not
sit
had
down
enough
for a
caffeine
moment.
for the day.
We're just gonna rewind that.
We're gonna retcon everything
it's
that's
fine.
happened because Katie's an idiot at this particular moment of time.
I mean, it works with the Cthulhu game, to be fair.
It does. It does.
fine.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, so Theo, what the fuck? Why were you sending me letters?
Nobody believed me that people were missing, and you're a fairly well-known investigator.
It's not great. Okay. I'm not supposed to be I'm not supposed to be well-known investigator. I'm supposed to be a well-known journalist. Those are two different things. I'm not necessarily supposed to know that I'm investigating shit. That kind of ruins things. But yeah. So why didn't you like have me meet you somewhere and like talk over things? Or did you? Did I just forget that?
Would you have believed me if I had told you that I thought that people were going missing and nobody who knew them remembered them?
She's gonna pull out her notebook that has a list of people going missing and be like, look at this thing that I have. Yeah, I would have actually.
Probably not when he wrote you the anonymous letter the first time. It was still fairly early in your investigation. Maybe. But
I mean,
later on,
she's pretty primed for weird shit.
Yeah.
Like she's never really been averse to the idea the weird shit's going on in the universe, or in London because it is London. Yeah. So,
Theo, why didn't you contact her later on?
People disappear in London all the time, especially in this time of the world.
Why didn't you contact her later on when you knew?
That's a good question.
She wasn't giving this up.
I didn't actually know she took the letter seriously.
Well, maybe if you had signed your name, you would have known that I would have responded to you. How could you know if I was taking it seriously? Did you expect him to like publish a fucking newsletter?
Writing you the letter was backup. I've been working on this alone for years now. And nobody believed me. How could I expect you to believe me, even from?
So you weren't going to give me you weren't going to give me a chance to believe you. You're just like, let me just put that out in the world and assume they're not going to believe me, and without actually letting me know, and telling me how to get back in touch with you. Without it just doesn't track.
Should we be having all this conversation somewhere else?
We definitely should.
Inside a house
with a dead body that they came for. So at this point, and they might as they're having this conversation, Barrett is taking off his jacket, laying on the ground, and like almost like reverently, like untying the dead body, wrapping up the paracord.
Before you wrap him up, and I'll take a couple coins out of my pocket and put them
on
over
his eyeballs
for the trip.
I fold him up, I wrap him in my jacket.
Like a ho-ho?
And then I turn back around and say, Theo, give me a description of your brother, and then get someplace safe.
Just take the picture. He points at a picture on the wall. It's a picture of him with his brother.
Could someone draw that quickly so he doesn't lose the picture of his brother? That's not.
We'll return it.
Taking a picture of the picture, right? So we're not taking the picture.
I'm sure this isn't his only one.
I'll take a picture of the picture because I have a camera.
Oh, good.
So,
Professor Gewitt,
I'm going to actually
your keys, please.
So we have something to look at immediately.
I'll go down with you.
Having to develop something later.
I understand. You've lost the privilege of driving since you drove off without us. Your keys, please.
No.
Then someone is riding with you in your car at all times.
Clearly, it's me.
No.
Didn't that happened the first time?
Look,
though?
Barrett,
I don't see how that changes the.
Barrett, we've banded together. You are not the boss of me. I am not the boss of you. You're acting like
you seem to think you know more than the rest of us. And if you do know more than the rest of us, you should be telling us. If you don't know more than the rest of us, you should not be running off on your own.
I have told you all that's pertinent. I know much more than the rest of you about certain subjects, same as you know more about other subjects than I do. Dr. Byrne knows certain things on other subjects. Abernath, I got his name right. Knows more about certain things. That one was in character. Yep. The only one who I probably know more than entirely is Michael, because he's still just a grad student.
Okay.
That's still questionable there.
But let's go down to the let's go down. I'll make some space in the trunk for you.
Not even doing that. Like I'm going to my plan for the body was to get a little bit away from everything and just find some place that's not surrounded by wood, essentially. Basically a lot of brick and everything like that, and just give it a quiet, quick burning, and then moving on.
You burn the body?
Yes.
So while that is going on, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's not a quick process.
At least get it started before we leave, because
Okay.
frankly, A, I don't want this thing coming back, and B, he deserves better.
Okay. While that is going on, Abernath, you wanted to give me that occult roll, please?
Yep. Good.
Is that that extreme success, that 6, is that your occult roll?
That is my occult roll. That also means I get to take the little thingy in it.
That is true.
I just want the leaf to tell me if I'm going the right way.
So as you're looking into your teacup and you're looking at the tea leaves, you see the tea leaves are arranged in such a way that they look like a pair of eyes staring at you.
I will try to show no outward joy at that, but I will go over to Theo with the empty teacup and I'll go, stiff upper lip, old bean, stiff upper lip. It's a British way, and hand him the empty teacup.
Okay. Now, at this point, it is getting late in the day. So the departure time for the ship isn't until 7 a.m. Do you guys want to bunk down somewhere for a couple of hours and get a little bit of sleep, maybe get something to eat, and then meet first thing in the morning? Are you guys all staying together? Do you just want to stay up?
I feel like it's probably a good idea to get a little sleep in. I feel like we probably haven't slept enough in the last few days.
Yeah.
One dead body and everyone's at each other's throats. Jeez.
I will ask.
2 dead bodies.
By the way, is anyone taking the Beretta or no?
I assume the
You mean the convertible that you made? You mean
no? I'm talking about the gun, not what do you think a Beretta is, bud? Abernath, we got to work on your terminology here.
Is that hard?
They all look like motorized coaches to me.
Dr. Byrne found it on the body.
Yeah.
The 9
I'll take it.
millimeter pistol.
Alrighty.
Oh, it's
All right.
Done. Okay.
So yeah, you have a Beretta 9mm with a full clip.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We love to see it.
One quick question, Jim.
Yeah.
Dr. Michael Stern, or possible Dr. Michael Stern. Is that one I've heard of in in the academic world?
Yes, I will say yes. About 30 years ago, Dr. Michael Stern, and again, maybe it's not the same one, but you know of a story. Dr. Michael Stern was the youngest curator of the Orne Library at Miskatonic University. You would have heard the story that he was sent to a words. I'm trying to think of exactly what over the years what the story would have been.
That's where I knew the name from.
Yeah, I knew you and John, and then Reason in the chat would recognize that. He was sent to look over a collection that was left to the library. It was a very large collection of occult books and occult items. And he took a couple of students with him to catalog everything, mostly because they wanted to make sure whatever they were bringing to this library was the real deal, and anything else was going to get either sold or donated. And while he was there, he reported some weird things going on, and then he and the students disappeared. The university hired some people to go to this estate and look into what happened to them, and they managed to find him and the students.
And one of them was incredibly handsome. I remember It was noted. It was
Why,
very
thank
important.
you.
Now, incredibly no, the antique dealer wasn't the incredibly handsome one. The one that had the antique doll.
But he was really weird, and he kept talking about dolls. It was very strange. But Dr. Stern reportedly could not get over what happened and what he saw. And he was becoming more and more obsessed, and he ended up, and it's unclear if he was fired or if he resigned from the position. And reports are sketchy after that, after he left Miskatonic. He traveled around a lot. He got into a little bit of trouble here and there. But essentially he is searching for, or it's rumored that he is searching for more weird. Like he actually, like, he wants to see it. He wants to prove it. He wants to know. And there's rumors that he stole something when he left. It's rumors that he stole a book when he left.
I would share this with the others.
Died saving his life.
I would share this with the others. Answering questions about how Miskatonic operates, for anyone who's not familiar with that academic institution.
Yeah, I'm familiar with them.
Well, yeah, I figured. Well, yeah, but you're a grad student, so I'm not positive you actually remember. But
to be fair, I actually do pay attention to my academics.
Okay.
I don't party like the rest of them.
For everybody else wondering, I ran a Learn to Play one-shot a while back, and Clock and John were a part of that one-shot that I ran, and they were the investigators hired to go to Hornbecker Manor to investigate the disappearance of Dr. Michael Stern and his students.
It's on YouTube, right?
It is on YouTube now.
So if you're curious what happened, or you want to hear truly disturbing doll discourse,
This is
go to
very true.
YouTube.
I was just trying to help the butler, okay? I was trying to help him mourn. All
There's
right.
a theme.
he might not have been talking about you, John. I mean,
Oh, no,
there.
he was absolutely talking about him. No, it was absolutely John. John was being very weird.
Definitely.
John was being weird.
I know,
I'm
right?
just here to have a good time.
Not a long time.
By the way,
Yeah.
let me know when we're getting ready to leave.
Okay. So I do have a question for you guys. My question remains: are you finding some place to stay together? Are you retreating to your private, like, hotels, homes, whatever, and then meeting?
I think Charlie just wants a shower. Like, that's the thing she wants most in this whole world right now. So
Okay.
as long as where she goes has a shower, she doesn't care.
I would. I would pay for a set of rooms for us.
Okay.
Dr. Byrne already has a hotel room.
But well,
because
the advantage of this is everybody stays together. But
It's true.
And
No, I was
it's not
saying,
under your name if they're looking for you.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Yeah, you're onto something.
yeah, and I'll use a
yeah,
different
I just-
name.
Yeah.
Or actually-
otherwise, I'd just go back to my flat. But
Yeah.
I don't feel like
Yeah.
that's a safe idea.
No, I mean Cornelius
Fair enough.
Astonicius Smith Hessen
Nice.
is a name that works
Absolutely.
very well with most hotel clerks.
Definitely not
GM,
suspicious or out of character or strange at all.
Yes,
what port is the Marjorie Jane leaving from?
the docks, the London docks, where you came in at.
It's also where they
You
happen to have the worst pies in London.
um,
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'm like, this is probably.
Rising London.
we will do we're gonna do this night thing, and then we can do rolls. You may or may not recognize the name. You may or may not recognize know like the captain and stuff. So we'll do a roll to see if you recognize that.
Okay.
Is there anything else that anybody is doing here?
Yes.
I mean, besides whatever craziness Abernath
Yeah,
wants.
whatever arson-related thing.
Are you gonna burn the house down?
Why does everyone assume it's going to be arson or stabbing? Why can't that
That's- no.
Before.
We assume it's arson or smothering because those are the track record you have.
A stabbing is
To go over our leads, our current leads right now. There's the Bonnie Celeste. That
No, Bonnie Celeste was my old
Marjorie
ship.
Jane. Yeah,
right,
it's the Marjorie
but
Jane.
Right. That's the new one. That's
Yeah.
the newer ship.
Mhm.
So the Bonnie Celeste isn't something that's pointful to even look at any
The
point.
Bonnie Celeste, if you ask, Barrett can tell you, the Bonnie Celeste is no longer in operation.
Gotcha.
After that last trip, they scattered to the 9 winds. No
Awesome.
one renewed their contract. The captain became a drunk, that kind of stuff.
And then is Michael Stern still around, or is he still disappeared?
He supposedly owns a bookstore.
Okay, so he's
in
still
London.
something to look after, as well as
Yes.
possibly checking out Shane Mullen's place.
Yes, so
Just
you
use
can,
that.
those are your options right now. Your big options. You have the Marjorie Jane that's supposed to be departing tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. You have Dr. Michael Stern, who is supposedly going to maybe be able to tell you what's going on and help you figure out like what you're dealing with. And then Shane Mullen's mother was acting weird, so that you could always check out his house to see what's going on there.
Marjorie Jane is leaving. Michael Stern and Shane Mullen are here. So if we do anything with that boat, we're likely not going to be able to follow up on those two things, right?
It's also a time frame issue, though.
Exactly, because it's late at night, and the boat leaves at 7 tomorrow morning.
I will, as the GM, request that if you're going to go visit Michael Stern, that we do that next session, because I do have somebody that is going to come in and do that for you.
I will say this, knowing the terror I am resonating in the RPG universe by saying these words. I don't think the plan is for us to leave on the Marjorie Jane, just investigate it before she leaves.
That sounds
and then
good.
step off.
We only have one
should
boarding
all-
pass anyway, and we don't want to split
Yeah,
the
It's
party.
like the
That's fair.
SSN in the Pokemon.
We should all get some
universe.
rest and try to find a hotel with enough rooms as close to the docks as possible.
That sounds like a good
Sounds
enough
good to me.
plan for me.
Yeah.
I don't even want to ask this question, but Abernath, what is it that you wanted to do with everybody's
As everyone is leaving, and if I can do this so that I'm like a little behind, I'm just going to softly say to Theo, would you keep an eye on Ollie? He was acting a little queer when I left the flat.
I was going to ask,
And then I'll just
returning Ollie's
leave.
car?
I mean, we should probably ditch Ollie's car in some fashion.
Yeah, at this point.
Why not? Why,
Well, actually, we probably should
Why would
That
we
might
we
do
have
have
no
been how
reason
they
to
tracked
ditch it. We
us
can
here.
return it to him.
probably return it
we
to
have
him.
no.
Yeah,
Well,
we should
yeah,
return.
I'm
we
pretty
should
sure it
return my
wasn't the fact.
roommate's car.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't the fact that we were followed or that the cars were followed. I think we were followed.
No,
So
quite
I think it
likely.
doesn't matter what we're driving.
I'm sorry, y'all are just you're giving it so much. I'm so excited about that. I don't know what y'all thought I was gonna do, but
So, Theo, you were
We
just
thought you were
asked
gonna
by
burn the house
Abernath.
Legit thought you were going to burn the house down.
Yeah, so did I.
not this time.
I thought you were going to try to kill Theo, if I'm being completely honest.
There's that.
No, I
No,
would.
burn the house down with Theo in
Like, you're
it.
just going to be, hey, Theo, can you take a look at
That'd be
this
true.
pillow for me? No, closer.
Just the other
Does
side of
Brad
it.
smell
Like,
like
if you lay down
chloroform?
like this, like, it's a thing. I just want to make sure it's like
No,
heavy
just
enough.
keep an eye
and,
on
like,
Ollie. He was acting a bit off when I left. I just want someone to make sure
I
Ollie's
gotta write.
okay.
Picture of Theo's brother in my...
Yeah, it's a picture of
That's
Theo
right.
and his brother that you would have.
I'm just a kind, caring soul trying to do good in the world.
And what's
that's all.
Theo's brother's name again?
Right.
look, I love
Daniel.
you, but goddamn.
Daniel.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Theo will agree to look in on him in the morning.
Oh, thank you. That's nice.
Okay. So, you are able to find
Yeah.
You were able to find a nice hotel. You were able to rent out the top floor, like the penthouse suite.
Yep.
It only has the 2 bedrooms, so you may have to kind of double up in the rooms. Plus, they have like cots that they can bring in for people. But it's going to be the best way to get all of you in the same room, at least a little bit comfortably. Go ahead.
Sorry. Did Theo have his own car, and was he also leaving his place?
Oh yeah, he's leaving his office. Like he locks everything down, and he leaves with guns. Yes, he has his own vehicle.
Okay. I mean, we should return Ollie's car and then take either some sort of public transportation back or to the hotel or something.
I mean, you can always just leave Ollie's car there.
Yeah.
For now, and then go back and return it later. It's not like Ollie's gonna need it or anything.
No, I'll just check on him to make sure he's. I'll just check on him to make sure he's well. Yes, we can we'll leave the car there. It'll be fine. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Let's be at the hotel.
I can just see Teslan's face, and Teslan is just rethinking everything.
Well, no, I'm just trying to debate. It's like you go in to check on him. It's like, just how sus is Abernath being?
No.
Like legit, you're like, I was the last person to see him. Make sure he's fine, and he's dead.
Yeah.
Like,
no, he's. I mean, as far as you know, he's alive. It was a very harrowing day for him. You know, he was like.
All right. So the hotel.
I'm
are we each having our own
gosh.
room? Or are we bunking?
The way he was able to get the penthouse suite for all of you. There are 2 bedrooms. There are two beds in each bedroom, and then they can bring in cots as well. And there's a bathroom attached to each bedroom, and then like a sitting room.
There is no hotel in history that has a bed big enough for Barrett. Barrett is sleeping on the floor in the main room.
Fair enough. I do need to know who's sleeping where for reasons.
I'll sleep on a cot out in the main room. The Sounds 2 ladies can have a room. Abernath and Michael can have a room.
I'll take a room.
I will definitely take a bed. I would love to sleep in a bed.
Yeah. Okay, so we have the 2 ladies in one room. We have Michael and Abernath in another room, and then the other 2 in the.
Are me and Abernath sharing a room?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yep. Well,
so
I mean,
get your PX character ready because you're not waking up in the morning.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
just hold my breath now.
I am literally the smallest guy, so I would fit on a cot better than everybody else. So that makes perfect sense.
Are you mansplaining
like
No, I'm justifying.
Sleeps on the dining room table.
It's the justification for why he's not getting anywhere near being in a room alone with Abernath.
That's fair.
I would like a bed, bed near the window. I ask for the bed near to the window, so that my rheumatism doesn't flare up. You know,
it doesn't matter to me.
Is that what happens when your rheumatism flares up? You like have this need to smother someone to death? Is that what that is?
Oh, why does everyone think you don't know what happened to Ollie? As far as you all are aware,
this is very true. You all don't know.
Players, though, we're not our characters. We know what happened to Ollie. We watched it happen in our brain.
We also know only one of us walks out of this room, and it's Abernath. There's some questions.
That would be fair. That would be a fair thing.
So, Theo, can you roll me a d4 and let me know what you get, please?
No reason.
Bye, Theo.
Goodbye. It was nice knowing you.
I just wanted to be known that Theo is the one rolling it, so it's not my fault. Whatever happens.
This happens psychological damage.
That's called gaslighting, babes.
When he finds Ollie's body.
I got a 4.
Perfect. Wonderful. Great. Okay.
God.
So you guys are in this hotel room. I'm guessing you guys all clean up, maybe order some room service, eat, and now you guys are all going to sleep. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
They didn't have Vegemite. I'm upset.
They have Marmite. It's kind of the same.
Wait,
it's not as good.
What are these? After Michael has gone to sleep, hopefully I would like to light a candle that I can put on the window ledge, like in front of a shade, so he doesn't know I've done it, just in case anyone is watching out for us and wants to know where we are.
That's how you commit arson.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm not lighting the shade on fire. I'm just potentially letting anyone that wants to know where we are, That's
and
all.
you're absolutely right. Window treatments in the 1950s were all flame retardant.
They were so synthetic. Yeah, there's not a lick of nature in any of these hotel rooms.
Yeah. And this is how it ends.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm just going to hand wave it. You were able to do that, no problem. You all drift off to sleep, and I mean all of you, including you, Abernath. All of you are able to drift off. I'm just saying.
Right?
Charlie.
Yo.
Hi.
Hi.
You are able to fall asleep relatively quickly. And you don't know how long you were asleep, but you're awakened by the feeling of swaying. And as your eyes flutter open, you kind of smell
the sea?
Salty sea air. Yeah. And you realize you're no longer in the hotel room. You are in a bunk. And the room itself is mostly empty. You are the only one in here. There's just one small bunk. What would you like to do? There's a door. The door's there. It's unlocked.
Yeah. I'm gonna take in my surroundings. You said I'm the only one in the room. Is there anything else in the room? Like, do I have any luggage, or it's just okay? And how am I dressed?
At the bunk. Trousers.
Okay. I have pants this time.
It's kind of familiar to you. It's kind of like what you would typically wear. It's trousers, a button-up shirt. The sleeves are kind of rolled up, and you're wearing suspenders. Yeah, basically what you're wearing now.
Yeah, and my suspenders that I didn't put on today. Okay.
I will say, wherever you are, it is quiet. Not like eerily quiet. You can kind of. It almost sounds like you can hear waves. But you don't hear anybody else. You don't hear talking. You can maybe hear the sound of snoring in one of the other rooms.
So I'm going to open the door and go outside of the room that I'm in.
Okay. It's a hallway. There are other closed doors. One on either side of yours and then across the hall. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
I'm gonna take a listen at each of the doors and see if there's anything that like catches my attention.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. It's all it all sounds normal. Like you can hear, like I said, a couple of the rooms you can kind of hear. Maybe it sounds like somebody snoring. It just kind of sounds like the typical sounds that you would hear. In like a hallway full of bunks. You can hear people shuffling, like rolling from side to side. You can hear a little bit of snoring, that sort of thing.
Okay. So is there a way up? Like, is there a doorway or stairwell up, like to what I'm assuming to be like top deck or something?
Yeah, if you follow the hall, down there's a little ladder or a little like staircase that leads up.
Gonna climb the staircase ladder thing.
Okay. You get about halfway up the staircase, and as you're climbing up the staircase, the smell of sea gets stronger, and the sound of waves get louder. But as you get about halfway up the staircase, you have this like sudden urge, this like instinct inside of you that's telling you that you need to go check one of the bunk rooms.
Oh, okay. Sure. I guess I'll just start opening doors.
Well, it's more as you're going down the hall, it's like you're being pulled towards a specific. So if you like just kind of follow the feeling, it leads you down the hall and then to the left, down another hall.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm gonna follow the feeling. There's one thing that Charlie knows is to follow her gut. And if her gut's telling her to do something, that's where she's gonna go.
Okay. As you follow the hall, and again, you follow it down, and then it comes to like a T junction, and you follow it to the left. You follow it all the way down and then to the end, and then there's a door. It's closed, but it's unlocked, and you have this need to be in this room.
Okay. You said it's closed and unlocked or locked?
No,
okay.
It's unlocked.
I'll open the door.
Okay. Opening the door, it's a large stateroom, much larger than the bunk that you woke up in. There's a queen-size, almost canopy-style bed in the center of the room, like up against the far end. And there's like a white lace canopy, like curtain around it. You can see that there's somebody lying in the bed asleep, but it's thick enough that you can't actually like make out who it is, but you do see somebody laying there.
Okay. Is this person, am I able to see if they're male or female?
It looks like it's a male.
Okay. Are we sure they're alive?
You can hear them breathing, and you can kind of hear, like, every so often you hear like a snore or like a yawn.
Okay.
That doesn't mean they're alive. They could be a meat puppet.
I will let you know this is not a meat puppet.
He looking like a man.
There is no content warning for meat puppet.
Would you like to go over and pull the curtain back? Okay.
Yeah, I would. Okay. Yeah.
So you walk over to the bed and you pull back the curtain and you see an older gentleman there laying there. He's laying on his back and he is asleep. And suddenly that urge, that pull that you've been feeling gets overwhelming. And before you can stop yourself and before you even realize what you're doing, you climb into the bed and you kind of, it's not that bad. And you kind of...
It seems bad. I don't know.
It's not that bad. It's not the kind of bad that you're thinking that this is going in. It's not going in that direction. You climb into the bed and you're sitting on him. And...
Got worse.
Oh, I know what it is.
Worse.
No, I know what it is.
Let me finish.
I'll let you finish. It's fine. It's
not
fine.
you. So he obviously feels somebody climbing into bed with him and like straddling him. And he opens his eyes, his bright green eyes. And he's staring at you with surprise, like genuine surprise. And suddenly, without realizing it, your hands are over your head and you're gripping something
I actually was
so
about
tightly that it hurts.
I was going to ask if I had a knife on me and I was going to stab him in the chest. We're right on the same page. Yeah.
Yeah. So without realizing it, you're gripping it and you can hear the sound of your heart beating in your head, like in your ears. And it's roaring and you can smell the salty air mixed with sweat from him because obviously he's scared because there's this strange person in his bed holding a knife. And before you can even pull the knife down, you hear a voice in your head and it's loud and overwhelming and it says, he is the reason for all of this. How many people has he murdered? How many people has he corrupted? You need to end this. And the voice gets louder and louder and louder and starts screaming, end this, end this, end this in your head over and over again until you feel yourself scream and you slam the knife down. And as you slam the knife down, you still hear this voice screaming in your head and you feel relief for doing this. And you pull the knife back out and, you know, warm blood is spurting all over your face and just kind of pouring out of this man. And the voice in your head screaming, you can't fight it. And you just continually stab this man in the chest just over and over again until he no longer has a chest. And you kind of close your eyes as the voice stops and it's just silence. And it's such a nice relief, this silence that you're hearing. And the only thing that you can really hear is your ragged breathing, and you can smell the blood permeating the air. And as you open your eyes, it's no longer the green-eyed man underneath of you. And you're no longer in the stateroom.
Gil,
you're in your hotel room.
Did I kill Lottie?
What a twist!
And underneath of you lies Dr. Priscilla Byrne.
Oh no!
And you are covered in their blood.
No!
What a twist!
What the twist?
How do you react?
Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me.
Oh no! Oh no! No!
How do you react to this?
I'm gonna get the fuck off of her. First of all,
Do you scream at all or no?
Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
she's not breathing right now. She's just like panic, like. Well, this is shit. What the fuck? Can I tell if she's like, did I stab her as many times as I stabbed the person in my dream?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Dead.
There's blood everywhere. She's unmoving. You still have the knife in your hand unless you dropped it. You're covered in her blood.
Okay, so, she's gonna go get Harold. She doesn't know what to do. That's the best thing she can think to do right now is go get Harold.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you go to the door and you start to open it, we're going to pause right there for a second. Priscilla,
Yeah.
you are woken up by the sound of Charlie sobbing and screaming and thrashing around in her sleep.
Okay. Oh, cool.
You're not dead. Okay. I was like, did you like have a conversation with Elizabeth and be like, I can't do the game anymore, and did I just kill you off because you can't do the game anymore?
No, I was very shocked. I was not ready.
See, Michael, it could have been that. That could have happened to you. I'm just saying.
To be fair, we still don't know what going on is real.
Yeah.
So
Do you try to wake up your bunkmate?
I think she's gonna stand up and like tighten her robe and be like, "Hey, Charlie," like, and snap in a face and be like, "Wake up! Something's wrong."
I don't know if that's gonna work.
As you're going to open the door, you are jerked awake, and you hear Priscilla's voice, and that's what you hear. And you're in your bed, and you're sweating, and you because obviously you just had this horrible dream. But Priscilla is standing over you, looking incredibly concerned.
Yeah, you're not dead.
Not dead.
Oh, I'm really happy to know that you're not dead. I thought I killed you. I was. So, I was having a dream. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare, a scary, scary nightmare. I was in a boat, and then it was like, I don't know if it's the boat we were talking about, or I don't know, but like, I was on a boat, and then I went to climb the stairs, and then I was drawn to the stateroom, and there was a guy laying there, and I, for whatever reason, climbed on top of him, like straddling him. I would never straddle it, and then I started stabbing him in the chest, and like, all of a sudden, I woke up. I thought I woke up, and I was on top of you, stabbing you. You were dead, and then I was running to the door to tell Harold, and now I'm here. So I don't know what's going on. But it's bad. It's bad. That's bad. That's really bad, right? Like, that's really, really bad, right? I don't like that.
Did you have anything before you went to bed?
No, you were with me before we went to bed.
I don't know if you maybe slipped something in your drink or something. I don't know.
Did somebody else drug me?
No, I don't know if you maybe had a Quaalude or something. It's 1959. People had Quaaludes, right?
I don't know.
She could have a mix of laudanum and cocaine and LSD.
I didn't have anything before. I didn't have anything before bed. I didn't. I don't even remember the last thing I ate. What's the last thing I ate? What's the last time I had anything to drink? I don't remember anything. Maybe it's just a lack of.
Maybe we should get you some water.
We should probably maybe that some water, maybe some meds. I don't know. Cocaine would probably be a good idea right now. I don't know.
It's definitely loud.
So
you
Charlie,
guys okay?
No. Maybe
Charlie, I need you to
apparently
make
had
me a sanity check, please.
yeah.
Of course.
Priscilla is gonna lean over to whoever opened the door and just gonna be like, she had a dream that she murdered me, and then I woke her up, and she was excited that I wasn't dead. So I guess that's a good thing on my part, but a very concerning thing for her.
That's a benefit, yes.
Holy shit. That's a 93 out of 99. That's
How is your sanity at 99?
I don't know. It's just what it was. I didn't
Hold
make
on.
any change. I think we might need to switch. Yeah, I don't know.
Did we forget to fill in your sanity?
Probably.
Maybe.
Your sanity is 60.
Yeah.
Let's
I mean, it was.
Let's
Yeah,
re-roll.
let me fill that in real quick.
Is it
Yeah,
equal to
your power.
power?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a reroll for that.
Oh,
Also,
I don't want to
back from
re-roll.
break,
Oh,
can
I didn't
Yeah, you
need
do.
to roll that for you.
You don't want the 93.
No, I do not. That would be really bad.
Yeah. Well, actually,
If you
it
want to roll your
depends.
physical dice, you can. It's still just the D100 and the D10.
We have like any whiskey in our suite? Can
Yes.
I like have a
That
shot?
would be
sure there's a
so
dry
great.
bar. Yeah.
We should
Okay,
grab
I
some for
believe
me, too.
I believe that the Dr. Byrne needs a shot of whiskey after dealing with that situation.
Yes.
Yeah, it's probably the plan.
Barrett will make you a shot and make Charlie a shot of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, make sure you get Charlie some.
Here
With
for
the
you.
noise,
You drink this.
can I roll to see if I wake up before Abernath wakes up from it?
Yeah.
listen?
Give me a listen.
Something? Or luck? Although luck would be a little unfair.
Abernath, give me a listen as well. What was your sanity?
Hard success.
Hard.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Nope, definitely didn't wake up
Sorry.
before he did.
Okay. We are going to take a quick break while the players process what just happened.
I love it.
Before
For those of you playing along at home who had Priscilla as your dead for the Deadpool, I apologize. It was not in fact real. We will have to rescind all those payouts.
So you'd be
Sorry.
great, Deadpool. You'd be a great.
Does anybody have anything that they need to ask Theo before we go to break?
How did that visit to Ollie go? That's what I want to know.
It's not the next day.
We will never know.
Yes.
I meant like before you guys left his apartment. Is there anything you guys forgot to ask him or you need to know before we go to break?
Probably, but nothing I can think of. At the
Yeah,
moment.
none I can think of, so.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna pour
we-
myself a shot of whiskey.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I really thought I
need-
died. I was like,
I
I
need.
was like,
I
damn,
wanted
y'all looking at
genuine
me.
responses. So I
Like, damn,
didn't
this is
tell
Game of
anybody.
Thrones style already.
All right. Well,
Yeah, we'll be back in about 10 minutes, everybody.
Thank you for
Hey.
being guest, Grimmack.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
buddy.
Grim.
See anyone?
How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
So we are back, I think.
Yep.
Everybody processed the dream that Charlie had.
I had an exciting new idea for Power Rangers Centurion. It just came to me, and as if in a dream.
Great.
no.
So yeah, the rest of you are woken up by the commotion happening in the room with the ladies.
I'm assuming I'm one of the last ones to wake up
Yeah,
because of
Yeah.
my listen roll. Yeah.
yeah, you were
Do I have to
sleeping hard.
do I have to
I'm-
shake
I'm
your
out,
shoulder and ask you
Probably.
and wake you up? Michael, can you hear it? The ladies are screaming. Wake up!
Oh,
Wake up,
screaming.
son!
what's going on?
I don't know. There's some commotion out there.
Okay. Do you smell smoke?
No, do you?
No,
do you
maybe
smell?
not. I don't
smoke?
know. I don't know. We should go check on that.
Yes.
So at this point, Charlie, have you? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say we have liquored up the ladies.
Have
I've not liquored up.
calmed
I've
down
had
a little?
one slow whiskey situation. Well, she might have shot it, but it's,
Yeah.
fine.
By the way, Slow Whiskey Situation was the name of my band in high school.
I love it. That's
The good Australian doctor definitely downed her shot quick and poured herself a second one because
Clearly.
that's how they do it in Melbourne.
Have you kind of calmed down enough, or are you still panicking and freaking out?
No, she is calm-ish.
Calm adjacent.
Yeah. Yes, calm adjacent. That sounds right. Oh, fuck.
I think Barrett is drinking from a tumbler, but it looks like a shot glass in his hands.
I love it.
No, it's everything's fine.
Oh, and then Abernath is doing something, folks. We don't know what.
I'm doing nothing. Nothing is happening. Everything is
We
fine.
just know that when
fine.
Elizabeth looks to the side to where she has her DMs up, and then suddenly can't speak, it's Abernath.
It's
9
not always
times out of
Abernath.
10, it's Abernath.
I feel like it's always Abernath.
Every
It's
once
always
in a while.
Abernath. This sitcom
Exactly.
coming to NBC.
Hashtag it's always Abernath.
I feel like
Are
this has
you-
to become a referendum on me. You just stabbed one of our other castmates.
I didn't
I don't know how
actually
this has
stab
become a
her. I would like to
referendum
point
on
out that
me.
it is not my fault that I stabbed her. That was the DM's decision, and I made no
Oh.
such decision whatsoever. I didn't even have a decision in the dream. She made it for me. So I
You
said that
made the decision to open the door.
No. I didn't know what to do, and you were like, "Would you like to walk down this hallway? And would you like to open? Would you like to?" I mean, yes, I would have done those things.
Would you like
but-
to commit murder?
Would you like to stab this unknown old man that is just sleeping soundly? Oh, sweet Jesus.
Charlie, who are you talking to? You're just mumbling off into the corner.
Right.
Well, clearly we're doing well.
So yeah, walking out there, having drinks, they seem okay. Everything seems fine. Everybody's here and accounted for.
There was a
Fine.
when dealing with the occult, sometimes messages are sent through dreams, or to try, or dreams are sent to try to test our sanity, or they're also our way of processing these impossible things we've seen.
Sometimes when you see spooky shit for a day and a half, you have a nightmare.
Yes.
What was? Have you explained the dream to all of us, or are you circuitously like? Michael and I have just entered the room.
So, okay, so here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. I had a dream just now. It was a nightmare. It's a bad nightmare. I thought I killed
Priscilla.
yeah. that's
Okay,
the word.
okay.
I can't remember anyone's names right now. There's no names. Only panic. So I was on a ship. I for whatever reason, like I was on this ship. I was assuming I think it's the ship we're supposed to go to. I don't know. Ships all look the same to me. I don't spend a lot of time in ships. I didn't see a sign on the side of the ship. I was sleeping.
Okay,
and
you're on a ship. You're on a ship. Let's.
I woke up. I left for some reason. I left my room, and then I was gonna go up the stairs, and for some reason I was like pulled back down the hallway. Like I had to go this way. I don't really know why.
Compulsion. You were compelled to do that.
Yeah, there was like a voice in my head or something tell me like, wouldn't you rather just do this instead of doing this? I don't know.
Yes.
But I just went down the hallway and I opened up the stateroom, and there's this old man laying there sleeping. I don't know why, but I opened the curtain and I climbed on top of him and I started stabbing him in the chest over and over and over and over again. And all of a sudden I woke up again and I was stabbing Priscilla. And she was dead. She was super duper dead. I was covered in her blood and she didn't have a chest anymore because I stabbed her so much. And
Okay,
then
that was in the dream. That was in the dream.
Yeah, well, it didn't feel like a dream. Okay,
I know, but I'm reinforcing it's in the dream.
I could smell it. I could feel her blood on me. I could feel my
perfectly intact.
Okay, but I mean, I really, it's a very nice chest, but like, I ran, I was going to find Harold because like the only one I could think of that might be able to help was Harold because like he's the one that apparently has known me longer than anybody else in this room. So I went to find him and it was covered in blood and it was, and then she woke me up and she was alive and now I'm panicked, now I'm drinking and it's really early to drink, but I can't.
Okay.
Barrett kneels down in front of Charlie. And as a way of a morbid fascination and just a way of distraction, he pulls back his hair, so like you're seeing the full scar for the first time.
Yeah.
Just to kind of like weirdly like the fascinator of your eye probably goes to it unintentionally. Was it a wooden ship or a metal ship?
It was a wooden ship, lots of wood. I mean, granted, it was the inside of the ship. What?
Portholes or hatches?
I don't know. What do I know?
Did you see a hole to the outside of the ship, or did you see just walls?
Any windows?
No windows to the outside world. No, I don't think so.
At this point, Barrett starts kind of like rocking back and forth gently, like kind of keeping Charlie with him. Like, was it swaying like this and trying to like keep in time of like what a normal rocking would be?
Yeah. Yeah, it felt normal. Like there was, and I could smell the salt in the sea. Yeah, it felt very, 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 very real.
And I'm just gonna ask this because everyone else has seen it. Did you see green eyes at all?
Yeah, that was the thing I forgot to tell you. Yeah, the dude, like he woke up and I was like on top of him. I had the thing ahead of me.
Okay, Charlie, look at me.
Yeah.
Rock with the ship. And I'm gonna keep Charlie kind of like focused on me rocking with that, and then just like kind of tilt my head to everyone else. We're looking for a middle-class sailing ship. It's gonna be wooden, older style. Anything bigger than that wouldn't have rocked severely in the water. Anything smaller than that would have rocked worse.
Okay. But why is this relevant? I just want to like why are you asking me?
That's probably what the Marjorie you probably
That's what I'm thinking. I think.
If you saw it, then then we know what to look for.
What time is it?
In my dream or right now?
No, right now. Michael's checking what time it is.
Okay.
So it's probably
Check his
about
pocket watch.
2:33 in the morning.
Okay. So
All right,
We'll say it's 3 in the morning.
All right.
So
We got
okay.
about 4 hours before it departs, so we got some time.
Oh,
to get down to it.
yeah, we could do that. I'm not gonna be able to sleep now. But like also, so it's okay. Here's the thing. Like the guy, like all I remember about the dude, like his face was like it was really really old. He had bright green eyes, and like that's it. I don't know. Maybe if I saw him, like if he's really a real person and I saw him again and he wasn't dead, I might be able to tell you that was him. Maybe I don't know.
Isn't it supposed to be a thing that like, in
well.
dreams you're only supposed to dream about people that you've seen in real life?
What?
Isn't that supposed to be a thing? I thought that was like you're only supposed to be able to see the faces of people that you've actually seen in real life.
I've never heard that before. But if that's true, that it's someone that I've met before, I don't know. I don't remember meeting this person. Of course, I'm also losing a lot of my memory. It's a big old chunk missing. So I don't know.
Why did you stab him?
I don't know. I didn't want to. I mean, Katie wanted to, but Charlie didn't want to. I don't know. It was like this weird like compulsion to do the thing, and I don't even know where the knife came from. I wasn't holding the knife when I woke up. All of a sudden, my arms were above my head, and I had a knife in my hands. I don't even know where the knife came from. I didn't pull it out of my pocket. I didn't pull it out of anywhere. I had it all of a sudden, and all of a sudden I was stabbing him over and over again. The green eyes. Like, to be fair, I stabbed him after the green eyes popped open. Like, okay, but like, so maybe it was because of the green eyes, and I know that the green eyes are a bad thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I knew he was a cultist. I don't know. But the fact is, I don't know, and I thought I was killing the wrong person. Am I going crazy, guys?
No.
Probably.
I love that it's a yep.
No,
That's
you're
how
not.
this would work.
Absolutely.
No,
We're in an impossible situation, and we're dealing with it.
Stress.
And there's also the fact that memories have been messed with. For all we know, that dream could have been sent to you. There's a lot of weird stuff going on, so we're going to experience weird things.
You're fine. None of that actually happened.
Are we sure?
Yeah, I'm good. My chest is perfectly intact. I'd like to state that again, that it is perfectly intact.
Yes, I know. I checked it out when we walked in.
We're doing good.
I feel like that's a Teslan line, not his character.
Yeah.
Well, no, he actually does probably give a grim, and I get wow, man, I came close to failing, but I did pull off making that charming.
Boob jokes.
All right, I'm gonna
Always
go get
good.
ready for the day. Then I'm gonna go back to my room.
Okay.
Does the door lock on the inside?
Sure. We'll say yeah.
I will lock it then.
With or without Abernath in the room?
Without.
Okay. So is everyone going back to try to get some more sleep, or are you guys just getting up and just saying fuck it and heading to the docks?
I think Priscilla's
They're
gonna try to
sort of-
fall back to sleep a little bit. At least a little bit. Maybe like that second shot will knock her out a little bit.
Okay.
She doesn't want to sleep in that room, really, but she's going to.
I'm actually going to ask if anyone is awake enough if they'd like something to eat. Like I can go down to like the desk and get like some crumpets or something like that. I don't know how food worked in 1960s Britain in a hotel, so.
No time.
I'm just going to hand wave that and say that you were able to call down to the concierge and get food sent out.
Yeah.
They have an attached restaurant and they can send up breakfast.
Barrett will let everyone know that he's doing this, but he plans to head out for a bit, circle around, go a couple blocks out, come back, just to see if anyone is keeping watch or doing it like that.
Okay.
Charlie, can you get some sleep? Come on out. I got a deck of cards.
I only need 5 rounds to do what I was going to do, so.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't know how long a round is in this. I don't know if it's 6 seconds or different or what. But...
Are you doing what I think you're doing?
Probably.
Okay.
Locking an old man out of the room from his warm bed. That's what you're doing.
Yes.
I'll say since there's nothing else really going on and you're in there by yourself with no interruptions, I'm going to say maybe a minute,
awesome.
Maybe 2. It doesn't take very long
Awesome.
when there's nothing else going on.
And that is what I do.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll, Barrett. You don't notice anybody really out there. There's nobody really watching that you can see. Nothing suspicious that you notice.
I will ask the roll of spot hidden. Do I notice Abernath's candle?
Technically, it's the hotel's candle. It's not my candle.
Okay, do I notice a candle in the window of our room? Or
give me...
No. When we woke up, I actually pushed the candle out of the window so that Michael wouldn't see it.
Yeah, otherwise I would have spotted it already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a dumpster on fire? Is there a dumpster fire beneath the window?
I don't know why you think I set fires everywhere I go.
Do I notice singed glass and a candle beneath the window of their room?
No.
Aw.
Okay. Is there anything?
Roll then.
Spot hidden. Oh no, that's an extreme success.
We'll save that.
Okay.
Wow.
Harold, you're staying up to play cards?
Yeah.
All right, then I will ask as Abernath as I'm having crumpets and clotted cream. So,
at 4 a.m.
Cover up many murders, have you?
Excuse me?
I mean, the young lady was coming to you to help apparently cover up a body. I gather. So.
I'm with you guys right now, just so we're clear.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had gone back to bed.
No, she's not having.
No. There's no way.
She's the one staying up and playing cards.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with him.
Yep.
Back to bed.
Well, here's the thing. It's not that I thought he'd be able to hide a body. I thought that he's the one that seems to have known me before. And he's somebody that the only person that I have any kind of familiarity with. I didn't know what to do. I was panicking, and first person I thought it was the person that I had spent the most time with today. So yeah, no, I'm just.
If something similar had happened to me, I probably would have come. I would have gone to see Charlie. So
yeah. See, but why do you ask if he's had? Why do you ask? Do you need help hiding a body?
No, I haven't seen a body since the Great War, but no, I was just curious why. I mean,
entirely true. So
I guess the other thing, I guess the other thing would be so Were you two married before we had our memories messed with or something?
No.
Like that?
No.
I'm only missing a block of time, right? Like I'm only missing like, okay, yeah, I've not been married.
I mean, well, we've just met, so it's a fair assumption.
that's-
Someone you trust enough to hide a body
I
with, I
don't-
would say.
Don't
marriage.
believe
Yeah,
I don't believe our
helpful.
relationship went in the romantic sense. I think it was more intellectual respect.
Yes, absolutely.
Well,
That's the feeling
nice.
I get
That's
as
very
well.
nice. Very progressive of you. Yes. No. Wonderful.
It's yeah, no, it's something. Harold was much better than this than Tom, but saying something along the lines of that, yeah, that women are. It's a waste to make false assumptions about what women can do.
I agree.
We love an ally.
They're incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Women's History Month.
Yeah, yeah, it is. I don't think was it established back then though.
No.
No.
I don't think
No,
so.
really doubt it.
Women's History Month is
1909.
Really?
It's 1909.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
so
love it.
Oh.
That's amazing.
Women's liberation
no.
was a thing at least in the 60s. And
Yeah, for sure. I just didn't know we had,
it was
like,
big
our own
enough to put in the Mary Poppins movie, so.
Well, sure, but that was also they were literally suffragetting.
Yeah. Yeah,
At the
they
time.
were, but yeah, okay.
Anyway, yeah, no, I don't know anything or who to trust or what to do, and the only person that I have any kind of history with at all, that from what I can tell, is Harold. So yeah, no, it was just more of a I'm panicked. There's a person, I killed a person. I don't know what to do. What do I do? How do I fix this? I can't fix it. Yeah, kind of thing. So
And everything seems to indicate that we trusted each other at one point.
yeah,
So
that's
Well,
literally
death is
it.
a hard thing to fix,
Killing someone, yeah, it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an unpleasant thing.
You
I don't
know?
recommend it. Well, I mean, I was in the war. People died in the trenches,
Sure.
of course.
That is true. That is true. How
I
are
don't know
you
why they
with?
called it a great war. It was just a war.
I think it's
It
just
wasn't very
really
great.
big. I think it was just really big.
Yeah,
A lot of
it
people
was
involved.
big, yes.
That feels
Too
like
many people. Too big.
I don't think
too
it's
much
like
war.
so much like
Too much
good.
war.
Like I don't think it's a positive identifier. I think it's just a great, like large, like big.
I hope we don't
You know?
do that again. I feel like as a country, we should probably not do that again.
Yeah, it would be great. Or the second. Wait, we're in the 50s,
We're the 50s.
right?
We're in the
59.
60s, so
We're in the
I'm talking
20s.
about
I don't know
World War
why.
II.
Yeah. It was
Yeah, my
So we
brain
haven't
went
gotten to Korea and Vietnam yet.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought my brain went Great War is in the first one.
Your brain went great.
I know.
War
I
because
that's
John
the
people
intent
refer
of
to the
calling it
first
that
one as the
accidental
saying
War.
the Great
Yeah.
War.
yeah,
Yeah.
Nobody really refers to the Second World War as the Great War.
no, it was
No.
the war to
Someone
end all
doesn't
wars.
show.
Just Abernath. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
I
the war
think
to
so.
end all wars.
Yep.
Which we saw how that panned out. But
Mm.
So the three of you are just kind of like up talking for a little while the everybody else sleeps and Barrett comes back. You after walking around, is that?
I've been kicked out of my room apparently, so.
well, not that you
I'm-
know
I'm
of
just
yet.
gonna say that. Well, I haven't tried the door. I just assumed
Right,
when
yeah.
you went in and closed the door that you wanted some time to yourself. So I'm
Which
giving you
was a
that
good
space.
assumption. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah,
Did anything interesting happen in the room that you've
Well,
locked yourself in that you would hear or know about? Or
Something interesting happened on the
anything
way to the forum.
I don't know whether or not
interesting?
anyone would hear anything really. But what
I don't
Michael
think anybody
would
would
do-
anything.
is, he would close, lock the door, go and sit on his bed and pull out from his messenger bag a 13th century ceramic flask. Start chanting something kind of a little quiet in Latin, and then eventually take a drink from the flask and put it back in his bag.
Cool.
All right. So, what time are you all? What time do you want to be at the docks?
I think we should be at the docks around 5 a.m. to give us a couple hours to investigate before before they depart.
Do you think the ship's going to be there?
Should be. Unless
A lot of things that should be may not be.
that's
We won't
very
know
true,
until we
but
look.
until we get eyes on it.
Is everyone in London so ominous?
Yes, yes. That
Absolutely.
unfortunate. That is true. Yes.
All right. Well, unless there's something else that somebody wants to do, we're just going to go ahead and jump to being at the docks at 5 a.m. Is that cool with everybody? Or
Yep.
Me.
all right. So
Is there like
I'm
a
gonna
little child out there being like, strawberries, buy some strawberries? We're gonna have like an Oliver moment at the dock.
Like sweet red roses.
I love that,
Just like that.
so much.
Just
So
like-
I'm gonna use your spot hidden, Barrett.
Okay.
I'm gonna use it in two ways. First, I'm gonna say you recognize the name Marjorie Jane.
Okay.
You know that it's a mid-sized passenger ship based out of Baltimore. And you know the captain, his name is Billy, and his son works for him.
We're all gonna be capsized on this boat with
Billy
Captain
and
Billy.
Johnny. And you know them to be pretty, they're decent guys. They're not the type to take advantage of anybody. They're straight shooters. They have a good reputation. If you were going to get work on a passenger ship, this is one that you would want to get work on, because he typically takes care of his crew. You also know. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
Just asking. I know of them. Conversely, would they know of me, or have we met at all, or is it just by reputation I know of them?
I would say you have probably met maybe one or two of the crew members since you've been here, because you were hanging around the docks looking for a ship to go out on. So I would say if you have not met them, you would have at least met a couple of the crew members on the ship.
Gotcha.
And you do know just his reputation to be very punctual. He is the type, he's a former military man, so when he says we're departing at 7:00 in the morning, we are departing at 7:00 in the morning. It is not going to be 6:59, it is not going to be 7:01, it is going to be 7:00. If you are not here, we are leaving without you type.
Understood.
With the spot hidden that you rolled, I will also tell you that you were able to find the slip that they should be at relatively easy. Do you head straight to the slip where the boat should be, or do you guys do anything else when you get there?
Well, I think we gotta focus on the fact that some of us will we blend in? I mean, all 6 of us walking around is going to be obvious. When the Scooby Gang shows up, people take notice.
I can say yo ho a lot if that helps.
It doesn't.
Thank you, Barrett.
Women's History Month, you're not allowed to say that.
That was the most polite thing. That was the most polite way to answer that one.
The problem is you have no luggage.
Yeah.
If you had luggage, I could pretend that your passenger is looking for a ship, and I could try to make introductions.
Oh.
I have my messenger bag. That won't count as luggage.
It does not count as luggage for 5 people.
Hang on.
Well, not for everybody.
Oh, not for everybody, but I have a
Yeah, we have a
suitcase in the
dead
back.
body in a carpet. That's kind
We
of
don't
like
actually have a
We
dead
don't.
body in a carpet.
No.
I am jacketless, and it's kind of cold because it's the October, but
we got to get you a jacket.
I will say you guys do have a slight advantage that Barrett is known around the docks as a sailor. So you're not going to get quite as many odd looks with him as you would if you guys were all walking around in a group without him.
And Charlie and I both have bags and stuff. They're not enough for a long voyage. But we do have I do have a suitcase in the back. I average size suitcase in the back. And Charlie has her bag.
That could help. So the two options we have are go straight to the dock, straight to the slip, or we can talk to the dock master to see if we can get any information about people who've been around. Unfortunately, you know, that's going to take either greasing palms or a tongue more silver than I have.
Greasing palms is not a problem if you think
It's up to you. If it's anything what happened on the Bonnie Celeste, he's rented out the entire damn ship. Even if the ship normally would not agree to rent out to him, he's rented out the entire damn ship.
Probably the dockmaster then, with being willing to grease some palms.
I will lead the merry band of chucklefucks down that way.
Okay. He is outside. He is talking to somebody as you all walk up. He sees you coming. He does recognize you, Barrett. You've talked to him before. And he kind of nods to the gentleman that he's talking to, and then the gentleman walks off. And he calls out to you. You're here early. What Oh, I see you've gotten more people. What are you doing here? What do you need?
Still looking for a ship. Heard tell that the Marjorie Jane's about to ship out.
That fucking situation. Of course you would be here asking about that.
I'm gonna ask what's going on, but I have to step away for just a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. While we're waiting for that, is there anything any of you want to do or look at while you're here?
Can I, what is it? Can I, like, observe to see if we're being, like, because I know people are observing us, but can I look with, like, not Cthulhu vision, but, like, my eyes, my special brand, trying to be like, is there a cult person in the crowd, like, looking, wanting us to get on the vessel? I don't even know what it's called at this point, really.
I have Cthulhu.
But, like,
get me sight beyond sight. That's what you want to say, John.
Something like that, but I was thinking more like Lion-O raising up a sword in Thundercats, but it's like for Cthulhu. But like internally.
Are you like trying to open up a third eye to like see if you see weird?
But, like, the cult members are like half an acre away from bowing to us and telling us we're chosen. So like, is there anyone like just calmly hanging about in a way that looks weird? Calm? I don't know what I'm asking at this point. Can I just observe the crowd or something?
Yeah,
Let's get off of this particular ship, kind of thing.
What would you like to roll for that?
There's no notice roll in this game.
There is not. It's typically spot hidden. Yeah.
I'll do a spot hidden.
Yeah. I'd be doing
a spot hidden.
Yeah, I'd be doing a spot hidden too, but for this I can just, I'm new to the docks, so I'm looking around at everything out of curiosity and making sure I stay up to keep up to Barrett, of course. So I would lag behind every once in a while, then have to hurry up to catch up.
Okay.
So do we have cultists? Is the dock master a secret cultist? Is everyone a cultist?
Everyone's always a cultist. That's what you learn when you play TTRPGs.
Everybody. You know what?
Yeah.
Everybody's on a cultist.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
everybody prays to our Lord Cthulhu. Everyone's a cultist.
We call it cultivation.
The dockmaster tells you, look, you don't typically want work like that. Why are you asking about the Marjorie Jane?
Why shouldn't we ask about the Mary Jane?
You're right there, Charlie. You almost got the name right.
Shut up.
He just kind of looks at you and then looks back at Barrett. Look,
I'm worried Billy's gotten into some things he shouldn't have gotten in.
And he kind of like looks around. Okay, look. That ship was supposed to leave at 7 in the morning. 2 hours from now. It left at 3 in the morning. Half of the crew...
Sorry, what?
It left at 3 in the morning. Half of the crew was still on leave. They weren't supposed to report back until about an hour or so before.
So
Completely
the ship
unrelated.
left
No reason
without a
whatsoever.
crew?
They're down at the gangplank at the slip. Raising hell.
Can I ask you a really completely unrelated question? Absolutely for no reason whatsoever. Unrelated question. Completely unrelated question.
Who are you?
That's not important. Was there a casualty on board before it left? I have these like I'm just making sure I'm doing like so. Here's the thing. I'm doing this investigation on like because there's
Pardon
been a
my cousin.
slew-
She has
There's been a
for
slew.
sometimes.
Shut up. There's been a slew. There have been a slew of murders on ships, and I'm trying to do an investigation on it. And I just want to make sure this wasn't one of them. That's all.
I don't know who you are, and I mean no disrespect.
You mean no
sorry.
respect? That's fine. I'm used to that. I'm a woman. It's fine.
I'm the dockmaster, and there have been no murders here. So I don't know where you're getting in the information, but there have been no murders here.
I didn't say. I'm not saying on your ship. That was my point. I'm making sure it's part of my investigation. Just asking questions, making sure there wasn't a murder on this ship because there have been murders on other ships, and I'm just trying to figure out if there's a line, if there's like people involved in the things.
Why would there be a murder and then they leave? Wouldn't they call the authorities?
If the murderer typically does not call the authorities.
No,
Charlie,
but I mean, just say Billy wouldn't commit murder.
I didn't say Billy did it.
I don't know why they left. He didn't say anything. He just took off at 3 in the morning with half of his crew and a bunch of passengers. I don't know why.
Speaking of the passengers, Michael, the photo, please.
Speaking of
here you go.
did anyone die? Did anyone die?
Charlie, stop asking if people have died.
That ship now.
I take the photo of Daniel.
That was born above the board thing. I just thought it was funny.
Daniel Park, and show the picture. Is this one of the passengers?
I mean, not that I know of, but I mean, and he takes it and looks at it. But I mean, I don't have time to look at all the passengers, but I don't remember seeing this person.
I completely understand. Thank you for your information. We'll get out of your hair.
And he just kind of nods to you, and then, hey, you, no, fuckhead, stop it! And then he walks off to go yell at somebody who's putting something on a ship that shouldn't be put on a ship.
So, I got a 28 on my spot hidden to observe to see if any. Are there any cultists that are currently trying to nonchalantly look at us?
So there are several people that are not trying to hide the fact that they're staring at you guys, because this was like a whole thing that just happened. But they don't look suspicious. They all look like they work there. There is no one that just kind of outwardly screams, "I'm a cultist and I want to bow down to you." Everyone that's here.
That's dumb. I think they should. Like, it's time. Make yourself known. You know? Don't hide your light under a bushel. That's what the apostolics say.
But yeah, no, you don't see anybody, nobody in robes, anything like that. Everybody that is here looks like they belong here.
Well, I won't ask you the Dockmaster's name because I won't ask you to pull the name out of nowhere. But I'll turn back one last thing for the Dockmaster, and then I'll ask Charlie for the boarding pass.
Jacob Barnes.
Jacob Barnes
is the Dockmaster's name.
Mr. Barnes, quick question: where was she headed?
The Marjorie King?
There's no destination on the passes.
He gets really uncomfortable when you ask that question.
No worries. I must slip my mind. Forget I asked. And I will try to like usher everyone away from him, because the less we affect these normal people, the better before we drive them insane.
Yeah.
Oh, as you all start to walk away, he calls out to you and kind of motions for you to come back.
I walk over.
I don't have a destination for the Marjorie Jane.
It's okay.
I should, and I should have a return date, but I don't have a destination, and I don't have...
I know this means nothing. It was not your fault. And then I'll walk off.
So as you approach the slip where the Marjorie Jane should be, you see 6 men standing there with like sea bags, and you can hear them kind of, they're not arguing, but you can tell that they're angry. And Barrett, give me a
Billy's
D6.
son among them?
Yes, but give me a D6 real quick. I want to see how many of them you know or you recognize.
Ooh, sea battle. We're gonna have a dockside battle.
Okay.
We're not. We're not fighting anybody. We don't
You
need to fight
recognize-
Abernath.
You recognize Johnny as one of the people left behind. Johnny
I
and
was told
5
to
other
leave
men.
her.
Do you all approach or do you just listen?
If Barrett was in listening range, Barrett is in seeing range because Barrett is Barrett, so he's just gonna approach.
Okay.
I think it depends on whether or not it'll be possible or not. But I try and keep everybody back and let Barrett go do it, because seamen talking to seamen, sailors talking to sailors. I forget how people's minds go. Sailors talking to sailors will probably go better without.
Okay. So for the rest of you, each of you give me a listen roll. And we'll see how much of this you pick up.
Where's my listen? Sweet.
Damn, Abernath, you were like on point tonight.
Jeez.
Wow.
I cannot hear anything today.
The game and I were made for each other. This is where I was always supposed to be.
So Priscilla
Abernath is cued
I'm
into
pulling up
something
this
that the
thing.
rest of us aren't hearing.
I'm getting cocky, okay? It's something bad's gonna befall me, but I'm just gonna enjoy the cockiness while I've got it going on, you know? Live my life.
Oh, there's listen.
Charlie, did you give me a listen? You're muted.
Listen.
Ooh.
From the look of her mouth, from reading her lips, pretty sure it was a good thing she was muted for that last word. Right before she got muted.
I was searching for it. I had trouble finding it.
Yeah, no worries.
But yeah, apparently a very, very good roll, because
you hear everything. You don't miss anything. Yeah.
No.
Now I do have a question for the 2 of you that passed your listen rolls, and I kind of figure I know the answer for both of you. Are you relaying what you hear to the other 3? And I have a feeling Charlie's going to say it. Exactly.
I can't hear anything. I'm just a feeble old man with the cane.
Charlie, do you relay what you hear to everybody else?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured. So Barrett, you walk up to these 6 gentlemen, and you can tell that they are very angry. And as you walk up, you can hear Johnny. It sounds like he's trying to calm the other 5 down. One of them is a shorter man, and he has kind of shoulder length wavy hair. He said, I can't believe that they would leave us. Why would they leave us? And Johnny, says, my dad must have had a reason. I don't know. It's not like him. He's been fine until that weird guy showed up. And then he's been acting strange ever since.
Oh, the weird guy.
Yeah.
Well,
and that's what you hear when you walk up.
Yeah. I'm going to relay that over to them for sure.
Your dad didn't put the call out, Johnny? He just left?
Oh, hey, Barrett. Yeah. He gave all of us a couple hours off, told us to go take some downtime before we left because it was going to be a long trip. And we come back here and the fucking ship's gone. You know my dad. My dad wouldn't just leave me. These guys definitely, not me.
You mentioned a weird guy. I heard tell that you were taking passengers.
Yeah. This guy showed up. We came in, I guess, you've been here, maybe a week? Is that right?
Like half a week to a week, yeah, thereabouts.
Yeah. We got in like right before you. And we were going to stay. We were going to take some downtime. We were going to take some more passengers. And about maybe a day after we made port here, this guy shows up and tries to talk to my dad into hiring the whole ship. He just wants to buy it out for a trip that he wants to take. And, you know, the whole thing seems sketchy, and it's not really something that my dad would be into. But for some reason, all of a sudden, he changed his mind and said that he was going to do it. I don't know what the guy offered him. It must have been big. It must have been a lot of money for him to buy out the whole fucking ship.
Sounds about right. I know you help your dad plan out the trips. Where are you guys heading?
That's the weirdest fucking part. The guy didn't want to go someplace, a typical place. He had a set of coordinates that he wanted us to take him to. And when you put the coordinates in, when you look at the coordinates on the map, there's nothing there. But he swears there's an island. And you know my dad, he's not going to fall for a scam like that. And he told the guy to fuck off, but apparently he had something to offer my dad that made him change his mind.
What were the coordinates?
You're not there. Hold on. I need 2 favors from you, Johnny. And I pull out some scraps of paper I've got that I can write on. 1, write down the coordinates for me. 2, see if you can find a fast ship. Get some place that's not someplace that's looking to race. A ship that's looking to race. I'm not heading out anytime soon. But, and I will fully do this, being a bit of a jackass, but lean over slightly to show Harold behind me. Got a line on my own heavy duty passenger who may be looking to follow your dad. And worst case scenario, you get to meet up your dad again on somebody else's dime.
And I'm wearing, you know, the right clothing to look like I'm somebody important. Because I would have done that as part of the cover on the docs anyways. Because there's no way I blend in.
Right. He takes the paper, but he hesitates before he writes down the coordinates, and he says, "This feels weird. I don't want to sell my dad out. Why? What are you doing? What do you want to know? What's going on? Why are you even involved in this?"
Because that passenger took something from us. From me and my friends back there. And I know it's the same passenger when I tell you about the green eyes.
One of the other guys speaks up, and he's one of the ones that was more vocal when you were walking up. Says, "How do you know about his green eyes?"
Because he took stuff from us.
Does it have anything to do with that big fucking crate he wanted to load onto the ship? Like we're some fucking... Like we're not a passenger ship?
Thereabouts. He's trying to pull a Bonnie on you, fellas. And I think we should set him right.
turn around. And he like puts the paper on your back and you can feel him writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course he can. He doesn't have a jacket. It's just his just his shirt. Oh crap. The rest of you have
You're
locked up.
taller.
There we go. Sorry, my internet futzed for a second. So just a reminder, find a fast ship for me. We'll be in touch. We'll make sure the money's good.
He holds the piece of paper up to you, and then as you start taking, he kind of pulls it back. My boys and I, we want to be on that ship with you when you chase down my dad. If it's anything like the Bonnie, I'm not letting my dad.
You're finding the ship. You get first pick of crew.
We also don't really know a lot of sailors, so there's that. I don't, at least.
I have your word.
Barrett just holds out his hand.
Okay, he shakes it and then he hands you the coordinates. And I will put the coordinates in the chat for you guys. Those are the coordinates. For everyone at home, the coordinates lead to the middle of the South Pacific Ocean, off the coast of Argentina.
Ooh.
Literally, the Google board is just blue.
Yeah, it's literally the middle of the ocean. Johnny was absolutely right. When you try to plot out those coordinates, it leads you to the middle of the ocean. There should be no island there. There is no record of an island there.
It's literally between New Zealand and Argentina, like literally halfway between.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Well,
yeah.
If we end up there, I'll be closer to home than I am.
There you go.
Yeah, the trouble with that is that we are currently in Britain.
That is true.
Which
that's a bit of a trip.
That
several
just means
things about that makes
that
no
just
sense.
means we have more time to catch up to them.
Yes. Might be able to beat.
like,
Might be able to beat them before they hit the canal.
I mean, it's a big ship, right?
1914. Okay, there's plenty of time.
Yes.
So we could probably get on something smaller, faster, with a.
That's what Johnny's looking for. I will collect my wayward ducklings and start herding them off of the docks away from everyone.
So I saw the look. How do I need to hit the bank?
You're buying a ship, or at least renting one severely.
Okay, I'm going to need to hit the banks when they're open up. I don't carry that much cash with me.
Without even looking, he just hands the slip of paper to Charlie, because he knows that it's going to end up in Charlie's notebook anyway.
I get, by the way, I get really close to Barrett so only Barrett can hear me, and I go, "You're okay with sending them to their deaths, too?"
Okay, I'm rolling a listen because I was there having a conversation with Barrett. Now, I know I'm going to fail, but I just want to get, on the off chance I get a...
I mean, you could, I don't know how much luck you have, but you could use luck to make that a pass if you want. And you have a reroll.
I have a reroll, and we're getting close to the end of the night, so yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Well, that just takes that just takes luck out of the room possibility.
Harold is off, like trying to remember his bank account details. Like, oh god, how much is this going to take? I put my hand on Abernath, and I will say quietly to him, "No, but 6 of us can't man a ship, and there are people enough already in danger that they're invested. Better us there to stop them from doing something worse."
I did a reroll for my listen to see if I can overhear it, and I am spending luck on the second one. So I actually do.
You and your freaking Scrooge McDuck vault of luck.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm using it.
I still want to know what that D4 roll is for that you did covertly thinking.
You're not allowed to question what other PCs are doing, John.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about that.
I've only committed murder once and arson another time.
Yeah. So I at least overhear that, but it's what I already assumed anyway.
How dare you keep secrets in a game about secrets?
Right? So we are going to go ahead and wrap up here. But I will tell you, it is going to take at least 24 hours, if not 48 hours, to secure the kind of boat that you're looking for. It's not something that can just happen a couple of hours later.
No, I figure it's time enough to go talk to Dr. Stern about the coordinates and anything else we can throw at him to. It's time enough to go to the other NPC and click all the dialogue options that pop up on the list. And then once those are done, we go back to the dock and they say, "Are you sure?" We click on yes, and we transition to the next act of the game.
Exactly.
And I also need to arrange the right amount of money in the different types of money we might need depending on what we hit.
Hopefully you have some extra grants in the wings.
Right. And then you all need to prepare for like a trip that's,
I mean,
going to.
I have to go back to my hotel to pick up a bag. That is it.
That's fair. But like Charlie has a job that she's obviously going to have to like take time off of or like go on sabbatical or something. Michael has school, so he's going to have to take time off from school.
Charlie, travel adventure, like journalism.
That is one thing I will point out, though. If you have a job and you go off on a long adventure, there are consequences to not just not showing up to your job. So it benefits you to say that you're going to secure time off or you're going to go on sabbatical, that you have something lined up, because otherwise you could get fired while you're gone, and then your credit rating goes down, and that affects how much money you can spend going forward.
She'll get a hold of her boss and just let her know. Like the boss, her job is more freelance than like come in at 8 o'clock, punch your time card. Like, so she can do that from time to time. But yeah, just letting them know that she won't be in. Maybe also just letting them know she's not dead.
Yeah.
Because like that's probably more the concern than like, let's fire her.
Yeah. Maybe just let them know, hey, I'm chasing a story, so I'm gonna, I need to go away for a while. It may be a little bit before you hear from me.
Yeah,
sort of
but I'll probably have a really good story when I come back.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and end here, I think. Next week we will have another guest NPC for you guys to interact with, and it will not be Grim wearing a hat. I promise. It will actually be
Joe Mangiello. Will it be Joe Mangiello? Please let it be Joe Mangiello.
He's so
I would see what strings I can pull, but I doubt that I will be able to do that. But yeah, I hope you guys had fun. I hope I didn't traumatize anybody too much.
Just the right amount.
Yeah, I'll have to.
Just the right amount.
If you'd like to be traumatized more, make sure to check out the Power Rangers podcast on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, no, there's absolutely
trauma going on there. Senior will come out. Yeah. There's some really good trauma and a really good PSA about public libraries. I want everyone to make sure they tune into.
Not to mention, if you'd like to be part of the community and be on the lookout for casting calls to maybe be in a future thing yourself, don't forget to join the Discord and come hang out with us there.
Yeah, it's fun. It's nice. We're cool.
Most of it, I'm not, but you guys are. But I hope everybody had fun watching. What?
I'm slightly twisted.
You are, absolutely.
Slightly.
But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go. I hope all of you had fun. I hope everybody watching had fun. Thank you again to Grim for jumping in tonight and last session and playing Theo Parks. I appreciate that. But yeah, everybody have a good night and a great week.
Bye.
Night, folks.
Good night.
Good night.